Okay. Hello, hello. Let's see if everyone is in the live today. Just getting some tech stuff together. So if you are in here, pop in, say hi. Okay, looks like it is live. Excellent. In all formats. Now let me pop this screen back up so I can see everybody. I'm going to switch over to comments here on YouTube. Hello, Trish. Hello, hello. All right, so I have YouTube streaming up here, and I have TikTok over here. Can everybody hear me? Is everything good? Testing 1, 2, 3. Ah, hello. And I have comments popping up on the YouTube stream, so I think that everybody can communicate. The Cash App and Venmo stuff is streaming on the YouTube ticker there. And of course, we have the Linktree links here and TikTok. So, okay, I think that this can actually work. As long as everyone can hear me well. All right, let's get some things out here. All right, which deck is this one? I don't think we're going to use that one tonight. It's getting some things together. Thank you for liking the live. Hello, hello. And Trish, over on YouTube, you can hear me just fine there too. No echo, no craziness going on. Let's see. We're going to want these. We're going to want these. We're going to want a few things here tonight. Clearing off some space, putting some pens away. I just collect pens all over the place. Sounds cool. All right, so on TikTok, I'm going to go ahead and share it with some folks. That is not the button to do that. Let's try this. See if I can share it with some people here in the world. Free Ladybug. All right. I know I am on a different night tonight. Send that over, see who we can get to come and say hello to us. Different night. If you guys are on the e-blast, then you saw that it will be for at least the next 4 weeks. It's going to be on Wednesday nights. And if this goes well, going to be streaming to YouTube as well. There are more individuals. Pretty much everybody has access to YouTube. So that works out there. There's no restrictions like there are on the TikTokies here. So we're going to give this a whirl and see if we can make ourselves more available to everybody. So I am just setting up my chakra stones here. What has been going on magically with everyone? What's happening? What's shaking? This may just end up being kind of a test night since it's a total off night for folks. And I'm not sure, I sent out some social media blasts earlier to kind of let everyone know, hey, it's tonight. I did not ask for snow, but I will accept it. I will accept said snow. That will be just fine with me. I don't think, sadly, it will come here to the beach. That is pretty rare, but it might come inland a bit. I didn't see where they're expecting the snow. All right, let's see. We got all the chakra stones here. We got that guy, third eye. We need the throat. We need the throat and the heart. Dennis is saying it'll come here in Pinellas County. Well, then. Well, that is curious. Yeah, it usually stays so warm here on the beach that we never really freeze. And the plants fare a bit better as well. We get a little lucky on that. Lucky, lucky. Let me get some of the cards out here tonight to kind of hang out. I don't know who is listening where. This is curious. I'm interested to see, on YouTube who is on there. I think it's just showing one person. But it's interesting whenever you're trying something new out like this. Got those cards. We're going to pop out this tarot deck here with the shiny red. We're going to do some of that. And at the very least, hey, Sue Ellen, we got 2 people in the room. Okay. Trisha's got the dual screens going. So Sue Ellen, I was just talking about, I'm live streaming also on the YouTube page at the same time as TikTok. And I'm going to try to do more of this. We're doing kind of a tech thing right now. It's the normal show, but just, bear with us if there's a little techie talk here because we're checking everything, make sure everyone can hear everything. I'm not doing it the normal way because that isn't available to me. TikTok's not giving me, there's a special code. So I said, why not set up my camera and my cell phone and my big boom mic here that I use on everything outside of TikTok. And let's see if we could just do it. I'm all about making it happen. And I have been getting so many signs from Spirit about YouTube. And doing more and more on YouTube. Now, on the Angels Talk YouTube channel, I have been working with Mary Jo for a decade on that. And there's probably about 5,000 subscribers on that one. Though she had never really promoted going live and things like that. But that may be something I can work into this as well, to do more lives on the Angels channel, as well as the Lightworker Path. The Tubes of You. I have multiple decks out this eve. 2 Tarot, 2 Oracle. That's where we're going to go. What does that make? 4. Angel number 4. 444. In angel numbers, that is literally the angel number. So if you are getting 4s all over the place, that means the angels are with you. They're beside you. They are supporting you in whatever it is that you are working through, be it a change or manifestation, or just kind of feeling a little alone. They show up for that too. They're real nice like that. And I very much think that they are guiding this endeavor. So here we go. Hopefully, it's a little darker on the YouTube screen. That's okay. I'm working out super light on the phone screen, a bit dimmer on the YouTube, but you guys can see me. You can see me. All right. So with that said, who do we have in the room here? We have Sue Ellen and we have Trish, and it says that there's more, but they're set to private. So whoever you are, hello. Yeah, Trish, the angels are watching you too. Let's see, today's the 29th. We got a day or so until I post out the February universal energy reading. But we also have the Imbolc or Candlemas, or Bridget's Day, Monday and Tuesday. If you have the email newsletter, then you saw that I kind of broke it down in there, what days are kind of traditionally celebrated on which dates and things like that. Anytime around there will technically work. I'll be honest with you. You haven't missed it all if you can't do it on the 1st. But with that said, there's an energy of renewal there as well. So I have a feeling that's going to weigh into the entire February universal energy reading as well. But what we could do tonight is a bit of a preview, keeping in mind everyone who is on the live right now, kind of do sort of a mini universal Imbolc reading tonight for everyone who's watching the live, either a replay or the live. Let's get a drink here. That's going to be happening. I've been talking a bit today. Got to see the brother today. Picked him up from a lab appointment. Got to catch up on some things. Yeah, all is going well there. Let me tell you, it is for those of you who are watching the replay. Last March, my brother was diagnosed with plasmablastic lymphoma stage 4B, and he was given a short period of time. He always likes to quote the upper end of the time period, but there wasn't too much time and wasn't much of an outlook for that. So they were doing more or less palliative care, ease of care. Well, Spirit stepped in and said, not yet, and did some amazing magical wonders. It's a long story that most folks that are on here live already know it in detail. But let me just tell you that Spirit has not stopped surprising us. From the miraculous remission that wasn't even technically a possibility, to being aligned with a stem cell transplant to help prevent it from coming back, and increase, the longevity of his potential lifespan, and it all the way to how he has responded, and his cell counts are going up. And, he spent a shorter period in the hospital this time than they had stated would be needed. And he is already kicking into a second gear here, where he can kind of be on his own a bit throughout the day, which previously they had warned us he needed 24/7 monitoring and things like that. So it's crazy. And I was talking to him today and I said, it is my perspective, but I will shout it to the rooftops that the universe and Spirit really did come through. It took a mind shift initially for him. And this is a story. Well, why not tell it right now? Some of you that are close to me know about the psychic message that came through to me the morning that he was getting his final diagnosis. I couldn't be there, but I was on standby and they were going to let me know exactly what's going on. So I was stirring my coffee in my kitchen, and all of a sudden it's like the kitchen kind of halfway disappeared, and I saw all of my ancestors all at once, and his ancestors. It was just like a room of infinite people kind of there. And the gist of it, I'd have to, for word, I'd have to go look at my grimoire because it's been a year. But the gist of it was, we're here for an important decision as part of his journey, but he has an equal part in this decision. And I didn't understand what was going on there. Now I fully understand, because he initially was very resistant to chemotherapy and all of these things, because he had seen it go terribly wrong in the past with loved ones. But he decided eventually that he was all in. Let's just do this thing. Let's knock this out of the park. And as soon as he did that, as soon as he made that mind shift, everything started to fall into alignment. Doctors appeared out of nowhere that were experienced in his rare form of cancer. Things just were lining up so fast. And the individuals that were assigned to him, it was amazing. They were kind, they were knowledgeable. Spirit will not let you down. They will not let you down. There are things that you have to do. There is work you have to do. There are things that you have to let go of, release, step into, you know, have the courage to walk through doors. But if you align with what they have in store for you, anything is possible. And you cannot tell me otherwise after this past year. Now, you know, we've all lost people and had horrible things happen. And it is hard to sometimes make peace with that, to understand that fully. But if you can get into alignment and connect in, I got to say, it does help that our small group, his support system, were very much spiritual practitioners and working with and listening to, and, you know, there was no resistance to spirits' insights or their little messages and guidances, and go this way, that way, choose that person, you know, you shouldn't do this, you should do that. We all listened, and I think that made all the difference. So just wanted to say that to the world, that spirit will not let you down. There are things that need to happen, but if it is a potential, you know, and they let you know that there's a potential there, you get in line with that, amazing things can happen. So with that said, looks like there's someone else in the YouTube room. If you are in the YouTube room, I can't see you. Say hello, pop over, say a little something in the comment there. Even if you want to remain anonymous, just say hi. That's okay too. And for those of you just joining, this is the Libra Spirit Chat. We do this every single week. For the next 4 weeks, we're doing it on Wednesday nights. Because why? Because I am going to Ghost Hunters Academy. Yes, some may laugh, but I do, and I love it, man. I love it. And it's fun for me to learn some of the more, I guess, journalistic flair of it, right? The research, the tech, the equipment. Yes, Thursday, it is the normal night. But for the next 4 weeks, it's going to be Wednesday because I'm going to be ghost busting. So there's that. I know it. Thank you, Sue Ellen. Yeah, it is. It's going to be something. You know, I have loved it since I was a little kid and been so interested. And then stepping into the spiritual world 16 years ago or so, you know, you get this different level of it. And then you have, it's an interesting combination to put together. And it's also, it can just kind of be something that's, and I say fun like this, you know, because there will be times when you run into spirits that are unhappy and things like that. But it's refreshing to me to do something different like that, and to be able to use, you know, tech and connect with other people, living people that want to do it, the excitement, you know, it's fun. It's fun. Caitlin, we are going to do, typically it's the offerings for tonight are $10 for an energy reading where I go through and check your chakras and let you know which chakra is out of alignment, or chakras are out of alignment, and then pull some cards to support that information so that you have an idea of how you can go and take this information, move forward, do your homework, and kind of help keep that in a more of an aligned space. For those of you working in energy medicine, sometimes you just want to have that information, and then you'll work on trying to clear that area, those areas yourself. Now, for $20 or more, after the program tonight or after the live stream, I go into your energy and I clear and balance those for you. The free offering for tonight would be the universal card reading for Imulk for this weekend, just to give you an idea of what spirit might want you to work on. But that'll be the universal tonight. And if you guys haven't already and you're on TikTok, go over to the Lightworker Path YouTube page. Subscribe there, because I'm going to be doing more lives there as well. And there's a lot more opportunity there And freedom on YouTube. So here, I'm trying to watch both screens at once. Now, Trish, you will see in both of these groups here, if you have any questions that I am not seeing on the screen, one has a tiny screen, one's a little bigger screen, ask Trish. She's helped me out tonight. She has answers. She knows the things. So anything else magically been going on with anyone? You have any questions, comments? This is spirit chat time. And then we're going to hit some of the readings here. Trish says, I know nothing. You do know something. We'll hit some of the mystic readings. Both Trish and Sue Ellen will get a single card pull for being a mystic. And what is mystic? Mystic, for those of you guys just stopping in now, it is the Mystic Circle mentorship program. There are 2 levels of VIP for $47 a month, and the standard level that is $27.27, I think it is. It's all on the website and or the Linktree link. There's links all over the place. We connect. We have Zoom private power hours where we do deep meditation. We learn some stuff. We've just spent January on sigils and creating your own personal sigil for the first half of 2026. We expanded and talked about different outside the box ways that you can use them. And it was a free, Q&A session as you're building it. Because sometimes those questions come up. I mean, you could read an article, read a book, and then you go to do it, but there's no one to ask questions. Who do you ask? What do you do? You kind of a little bit solo on that. So these Zoom sessions in the Mystic group are here for the back and forth. It's for the community. It's a safe space to be able to discuss with an experienced practitioner, and some of the other folks that come into that on different occasions are also spiritual practitioners that, have put time into different areas and have a bit of expertise. And Trish, by the way, Stephanie said yes. She is very happy to do a crystal bowl meditation and demonstration in one of the upcoming Spirit Guide Power Hour sessions. So there's going to be a live crystal bowl meditation coming up here. Probably it's going to be a couple months, unless we bump something on the content schedule there. All right, so let's see what we have here. All right, I don't see any other comments over here on YouTube. That's okay. It was a last minute idea for YouTube. I was listening to a podcast and I'm like, you know what? I've thought about this. I'm just going to try it out. So I spent, an hour and a half prior to this kind of working out the kinks, setting things up, doing stuff like that. So, and I sent out a real quick e-blast on it, but I'm not sure if everyone saw it. So that's okay. If you are popping into either room here, say hello, say something, say hi, click some buttons, let us know, share the energy. Don't be a lurker. We're friendly, we're nice. All right, let's see what the angels have to say for this weekend. Hi. Thank you for saying hi. That's amazing. How are you tonight, Crystal? Hopefully good. Hopefully staying warm wherever you are. All right, so we're going to ask the angels what they want us to focus on now through Imbolc, basically. Typically, this is like a Thursday night, so I'm like through the weekend, but we're just going to say through the weekend, even though it's Wednesday, right? The intention is through Imbolc, which is technically Sunday. Some will participate on Monday, but just kind of the energy around that. So let's go ahead and do that. Crystal, good. Yes, this is a universal collective. I am doing some divination for donation tonight. If Trish has a second and can pop in what I had said earlier for those, that would be awesome. Trish is helping me this evening as I work with the cards, but this particular one is universal for everybody on YouTube and on TikTok. All right. Oh, okay. A little bit in feelers right now. So the first card is Archangel Raphael saying, this healing angel is with you right now, supporting your healing work, but also to heal yourself. So it sounds like something's going on where you need a bit of healing, perhaps purging, releasing, maybe something. I'm thinking based on the other cards we're going to talk about that there's some sort of sensitivity going on. Maybe someone has ruffled the feathers, or there's some sort of, I'm doing my hands like this. It's kind of like a staticky situation. The next card is Archangel Michael talking about vacuuming away fear in any situation. Actually stating working with Raphael. So that's very interesting. Pulled those cards. And it also talks about working with Raphael. Call upon these two angels to lift fear-based energy from your system, from your surroundings, and from the situation. Cleared away from everyone involved. So there's a bit of talking here. A bit of talking with your angels. If you guys don't work with angels, it's okay. They can work with you tonight. All you have to do is call on them. You don't have to be initiated necessarily into anything. Now, I do offer some attunements in classes to just like strengthen the connection, but anybody can talk to them at any time, even if you've never done it before. There's no problem there. So no time like the present, because it sounds like there's going to be some bumpiness and they're trying to work with you and help you to get through this. So yes, you call on Michael for protection, typically in cord cutting, and Raphael because he helps with that process, because sometimes it hurts a little bit. Sometimes it's a little painful. Sometimes there's some sadness involved, and also for the other person. When you're cutting cords and cutting away energy, sometimes they feel a little bit of that. They get a little bump there energetically. So you ask, listen, Linda, I don't want bumps. You got the bumps. So Raphael can also help the other party in this, because, you know, I don't wish anybody harm on the norm. You know, I'm not going to say 100% of the time because I've been pretty angry as of late. But normally, I do want the other individual to be blessed, to see clarity in their actions, and, you know, just kind of bless them away. I don't need them in my space, but I don't want them harmed. Just, I hope that they're granted clarity and they can heal themselves and get on, basically. So this is a great instance where you're going to call in Michael and Raphael at the same time. Hey, Raz, I think Raz is in the room. Hello. Crystal says, I cut someone off that was an avoidant on and off for 4 years, finally blocked and cut cord. It sounds like absolutely they were not ready, and this is something you had to do to move forward. Now, will they come back around when they're healed? Perhaps. If they are healed and you are healed, you know, it's nothing to say it can't be, because you're meeting new versions of yourself, right? But it sounds like that was a very healthy thing for you, because you can't stay stuck. You can't. I know this personally. You cannot. It stifles everything in your progress. And if you are into spirituality and you have been working with your guides and they're trying to move you forward, it becomes very uncomfortable on multiple levels. Crystal said, I had to move on. It'll be too late then. So be it. Whatever needs to happen there to clear out your energy, clear the way. Because, you know, we said time and time again, you got to clear out space for something new to come in. There's no room otherwise, you know. You have to move things along, bless them along on their journey, maybe send a few prayers their way if you want to, but you have to make room for the new, or else it will not manifest. Hey, Raz, I see you. That was not meant creepy. This was no holding back from what's meant for me. Absolutely. Command it so. A few years ago, I heard another spiritual practitioner on a podcast, and she was like, we always manifest and we ask and we say it is arriving now and things like that. And she said, I started commanding it so, and that changed the game. And it wasn't like an ego mind commanding it. It was basically leaving no room internally for doubt. This is what is going to be. This is the energy I'm drawn to. And so I started playing with that because I hadn't really thought about, literally saying I command this so. And when you command, you can't do it for others. Obviously, it's your own energy you're working with. You can't control or manipulate someone else. That's not going to get you where you want to go. But you can command forward movement. You can, I basically just end it at the end of the sentence and saying, I command the so or so mo to be. If I'm a little lighter on it, if I'm totally done with it, I command it so. Absolutely. Words hold energy. We all know this. If I missed anything, say it again. As I always say, I can only see so many screens at once. So if I haven't addressed it, just say it again. I don't mind. I also tend to squirrel a lot. All right. So that was the second card there. So we had Raphael here for healing for both you and the other party. We had Michael in here to help you vacuum away fear energy, fear thoughts. Now, this is also watching your self-talk on that too. And it's funny, I just said that because the last card talks about that. So let me not jump ahead. It's interesting. It all, at least the way I read, it tells an entire story. Each card, like them, put them together there. So the whole story. So next one is emotional sensitivity. And that's when I saw this card, I was like, okay, I see what direction we're going in. Something's going to be a little tender in this situation. So honor and respect your deep sensitivity. It's a gift to be sensitive. If you are primarily clairsentient, it is a gift. I say this because there are many students that'll come in and I will see them in the studio first time and they're like, how do you get rid of this? It's miserable. I'm crying. I'm here and there. People making fun of me. I just feel so like depressed from it. I want it. I want control of it a bit more. And I said, well, you can't get rid of it, but we can absolutely work on learning to wield this gift. It's one of the four main clairs. And I really do call this one a gift. I mean, they're all a gift, right? But I'm a little biased because I'm primarily clairsentient, so I'm a little biased. But it is, when you work with your clairsentience, you become a walking antenna for all things. And it can be a beautiful thing, to sense when people are being inauthentic with you, to sense if there's danger in the area. Maybe you don't see it with your eyes, but you see it with these eyes here. It's a wonderful thing. It can also plague us if we are not good with our boundaries. We overstep, overgive. We got to have the equal energy exchange with that, or else it can be miserable. But they're stating, in line with all of these, they want you to, if some other party is kind of attacking you in some way and making you feel less than or weak in any way, the words they keep coming, the illusion of weakness is what they keep saying. If there is an illusion of weakness or they're projecting that onto you, get rid of it. It is not yours to hold on to. It is not yours. The end of story. It could be gaslighting, could be manipulating. It is not your story to hold on to. So just be mindful of that. Lastly, it speaks to cancel, clear, delete, which is the card to watch your mouth. Watch your words to yourself. Use only positive words and thoughts as they rapidly manifest into form. Ask the angels to cancel the effects of past negative thinking. So yes, in the moment, we try to train ourselves to cancel, clear, delete. My brother will do the snappy bit. And the snappy bit Well, I don't know if he knows that in psychology, it's an anchor. It's an anchor. So kind of like a Pavlov thing that your subconscious recognizes as a second layer of, whatever the action is. In this case, it would be cancel, clear, delete, clear slate. I did not mean that, basically. And once you say that, rephrase. It's important to rephrase in the positive afterwards. So cement that one in there. So watch your words with yourself. And this could be you're in the middle of a fight or something, and words come out. They're like, oh yeah, I know, I suck at this, or I'm horrible at that. No, don't even say it as a mocking thing. The universe doesn't understand that. Okay. So we don't want to do that, because I have seen that go down too. And I'm like, nope, not that either. Nope, absolutely not. Y'all, let's see. I can't read this here. Okay. I didn't miss anything there. Excellent. Oh, some of the comments of the live were filtered to protect the community's experience. What are y'all saying? You saying some sassy stuff? Looks like there's someone else on the YouTube. Hey, say hi. You can remain anonymous. Just let me know you're here. Say hi. If you have any questions, what we just went through, for those who are just stepping in here, was kind of a universal pull for Imbolc and this weekend and stuff. And the quick summary here is there may be some bumpy stuff going on. Work with Archangel Raphael and Archangel Michael to cut cords to situations, to people, to thought processes that are holding you back, harming you in some sort of way. You need to watch yourself and clear that out. Grounding. Grounding is a great thing to kind of piggyback onto this. Make sure that you do, a sitting with spirit session in the morning. If you guys don't know what that is, the very short summary of it is you just sit quietly. You can grab a coffee, go be by yourself outside, and just say, universe, spirit, angels, whoever you want to talk to. Let's have a good day today. I welcome you in all ways for guidance and some fun. You could just say whatever you want and just sit quietly with them. You're not necessarily expecting a message back from them. You're just welcoming them into your day. You're saying, hi, good morning. Let's put it that way. So just the act of doing that, and maybe stepping outside, or while you're outside, listening to the birds, listen to counting how many sounds you can hear, it kind of grounds you into your surrounding, brings you where you are. And so I know it's snowing in some places, so that might not be a thing, but maybe there's a nice sun window or some place where you can be quiet by yourself. You find that place, and talk to spirit. Ground yourself during this next 4 or 5 day period, because there may be some bumps there. And if they come up, remember this reading. Remember what the angels are saying to you and act accordingly. Cards are not like fated, right? They're not absolutes on your future. What they are a great heads up to stuff going on, and great secondary sight. So maybe you're seeing a situation like this, and the cards can say, wait, hold on. This is actually what's going on. Perhaps you're just being triggered and reacting this way. With this information we're giving you here, does it help clarify? Does it help you release? Does it help you take a next step? Things like that. So just so you know. Any questions, comments, concerns on that? Hello, YouTube world. I see there's more people over here. Pop in a little hello in the comments if you can, so I know that you're here. And absolutely remember to subscribe, because we're going to be doing this more and more. I normally do the YouTube streaming unlisted, just for the Mystic Group and the Angel Alignments, but we're going to be doing some more public ones like this too. All right. So Ellen, Are you still in the house? Give me a whoop whoop and we can pull a card for you as part of your Mystic subscription. And for those of you just joining in, we have the $10 and $20 specials tonight. $10 or more, I will tap into your energy, your chakras, and let you know which ones are out of alignment. And pull some cards to get more clarity on that, and perhaps some steps, give you some insight of where you go with that. For $20 or more, we do that. Plus, there's a healing afterwards. I go ahead and step into your energy field and clear out those chakras, rebalance them for you so that you can take the information that you learned and start your day fresh tomorrow and start rocking and rolling without having to worry about clearing them yourself. Oh, Sue Ellen, thank you very much. Let me go over here and double check. It's kind of convenient to have all these screens up at once. All right. Thank you very much, Sue Ellen. I am going to write that down. So you are getting the healing as well. Awesome. Let me just check Venmo, make sure I didn't miss anyone. And if you are on YouTube, you see it'll scroll right along the ticker there what the Cash App and Venmo links are for any questions. I try to think, gosh, it's March. It'll be, so 4 or 5 years. I think it's 4 years been doing TikTok live shows. So I try to think of all the potential questions. But again, Trish is here to help too, if I forget something. All right, I don't see that there. So let's hop on back. All right. So talk amongst yourselves as I tap into the energy here and just take a minute. I'm going to check these. So here we are, Sue Ellen. It's happening. I'm frozen on YouTube. Well, that's unfortunate. Yeah, people dropped off. How is it now? I'm back. Okay. That was interesting. All I did was flip pages, but maybe that's the trouble. Yeah, I lost some people on that. Come back. Okay. Are any of you guys out there going to be celebrating Candlemas or Imbolc or Bridget's Day? On the 1st or 2nd? Do you have any rituals planned? Any special things that you do? Share it in the comments. Let's talk about it. Be fun to hear what everyone's doing. All right. All right. So, Sue Ellen, here we are. There are 2 chakras that were troublesome this evening. We have the third eye and the solar plexus. So, what's going on there? It feels like there's a bit of worry, maybe. Well, we look at the third eye, and that is typically closed from kind of ego mind overthinking a lot of times. It can also be off when there's a headache. There is that. But a lot of times we told our intuition to basically take a back seat because we are so worried about something and stressing and trying to really think it through and figure it out. a lot of figuring and forcing when that's closed. And so then we look at the solar plexus, and then that is the decision-making area. That is the confidence area, the trusting your gut area. So those two together many times can be worrying about a decision that you want to make or that you have made, or that someone would trust the decision that you feel is best. Is any of that resonating? Is there something going on right now? Are you feeling disempowered in some way? Oh, that is awful, Sue Ellen. Yeah. That is tough. That is a tough decision. I can understand why your solar plexus is wonky. That is such a hard thing. And yeah. Oh my gosh. Were they all about the same age? And for those of you on YouTube that cannot see the comments here, I'm on YouTube and TikTok at the same time. We're streaming. So I typically like to read the comments out. This one just took me. There's an individual, Sue Ellen, on TikTok that got the call from the vet that needs to put a pup down. So that's what we're addressing right now and working on her energy here. Just so you're in the loop as well on YouTube. Okay, they're all 15. So they're all older pups. This is the last. Oh, that's a tough one. Well, I got to send the angels. Talk about that tough stuff this weekend with the other reading, the sensitive part. That's an entirely different twist on that, but that does fit as well. Really, really call on Michael and Raphael and Ariel. Now, if you've taken my angel class, you know that Archangel Ariel and Archangel Raphael together help with pets. So there's 4 different angels you could look into, calling on for support in various ways. We have Archangel Michael. We already know about that. Archangel Raphael, healing, helping. Archangel Ariel works with animals and also material. So prosperity, but also animals. So all the material world. And then Archangel Azrael. Now that is the angel that helps those crossover, helps with grief, for having lost something deeply, a loved one, things like that. So helps the living and also those crossing over. So it is a good idea to maybe enlist all 4 of those for extra comfort during this time. Let me move on to some cards here for that. It's interesting. It put my name as hello here. That's weird. On YouTube. That's a strange setting. I'm just going to leave it alone. I am hello today. You may address me as such. Boom. First card is heart chakra. And this is a very heart-filled, anyone who's ever had a pet, that the time is near or they have to make a decision on, what's best for the quality of life. It's heart strength. Absolutely. So the angels see that. We're working with an angel oracle deck right now. The card does say the answer that you seek is in your heart right now. Okay, we get the emotional sensitivity card again comes out. This is really a call. This, I have a feeling all of these cards are going to end with the angels being there to emotionally support you. Even if you decide that it isn't the right time to do this, just taking in that information and being with your pup, it all is kind of painful, you know, and it brings out a lot of emotion. So either way you go, but they did want to let you know that they're here and they're saying a few things. They ask you to let go of any fear that you have on any decisions, that the universe is behind you and it will support you. And hold on, they're talking without the cards. And okay, how do you... Okay, so let me see if I can put this into words, what they're all saying here. There's no wrong decision right now that they are seeing to the situation. So that could go either way, but don't feel like everything is on your shoulders with this. Does that make sense? And the last card here is asking your angels for help. They really want you to lean on them for this. And let me tell you guys, if you're new to working with the angels, they are so compassionate and easy to work with. They're the easiest beings to work with. And I've worked with a few out there. They are fast, easy to work with. They're tremendous on nurturing you through changes, as well as the compassion and support that they can provide and will provide. I mean, that's kind of their big thing. So whenever you're working through something personal growth, spiritual growth, bring them in if it's tough. You know, you may be set to work with, you know, Hecate or Ganesha or Lakshmi or whoever, you know, Pan, Apollo, Thor, whoever you want to work with. But when it has to do with the tough stuff, call in the angels as well. They're okay to come as well. Call in at least Michael to come with. And ask for that compassion and help and guidance, gentle guidance. That keeps ringing in my ear. Gentle guidance, Sue Ellen. Gentle guidance. Surround the pup with those angels, those 4 angels that I mentioned. And some healing energy would be fantastic. You know, Reiki energy, angel here, whatever energy that you want to provide to the pup. And this isn't necessarily, you know, life-changing, saving. We also do Reiki and healing for humans or animals to allow more peace during the time, to feel love, support, comfort. It isn't always to change the trajectory of things. All right, we're going to pull a couple more cards here, and then I will let you be. Mm-hmm. More inspiration. Boy, I feel like they think that you need that right now. And they know more than I do. They want you to believe in yourself, believe in the love that you have given and provided, the decisions that you make. There's the big belief card right here. Believing in yourself. Have courage and believe in yourself. And the other card is talking about forward movement, the turning of the wheel, the turning of the cycles there. And it is Archangel Michael is again. So There is progression going on here with this. And I'm not going to tell you either way what to do, obviously. But I'm sharing with you what the angels are saying, and for you to take in and to hopefully feel some comfort by certain things. Definitely gave you 4 angels to start working with and call in for this particular situation, over the next few days. And I will go in after this session tonight, and I will work on clearing those areas. And I'm going to send some extra love to the heart area as well. Any other questions, Sue Ellen, before we move on to Trish? Hello, YouTube world. On TikTok and YouTube here, so I'm looking at 2 things, 2 screens. You are very welcome, Sue Ellen. All good. And all of us on both channels here, just send some love out to the pup. Some peace, some compassion. I just keep seeing like cool water, just nice cool water, that feeling of peace. If you feel so inclined. I know I'm going to. All right, let me disconnect here. Trish, are you in the house? You are next up. Tabat. Oh, did I freeze again? I wonder. I'm back. Hello, YouTube world. I see 6 of us here. I love it. So you can see on the screen, I am doing some divination for donation, but we are also doing some spirit chat here. Okay, that's interesting, Trish. So that means that anytime I go and check Venmo or Cash App, it freezes me. Very interesting. Well, I suppose I'll have to trust the process, and folks just let me know in chat what's going on there if you have donated, because it doesn't like me switching over. All right, Trish. So would you like a chakra check-in or a card pull for your Mystic donation? Or donation, your Mystic membership. I'm looking at the ticker there with the donation. Oh, I'm going to try this. Woo. All right. Your single card pull says, let go, let it go, let go. As you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. I'm giggling, and you know why. There's a particular word that might have been in a message during this week. I'm not going to tell anyone what word it is in that. I'm not going to say what word it is. The world can guess on that. But there you go. And I know you want to kind of punch me right now, Trish, probably. Just saying. Just saying. All right. Let's see. You are welcome. Spirit likes to talk to you. Let's see. What else can we do here with our time together? We talk a little bit about Imbolc if you want to. I sent out a newsletter. I think I sent the full one out this morning, just really going through the different times, and it actually a little solo ritual that you can do. And if you are not on the newsletter, go over to my website, lightworkerpath.com, get the free meditation, and you'll be added into the weekly energy forecast newsletter. And also I send newsletters on, special, astrological days and Sabbath days and stuff like that. And if you missed it, just send me an email, a direct email, and say, hey, I just joined the list now, but I'd like to see what you posted on Imulk, what you sent out. And I'll just resend that to you so you can have a little solo candle ritual. It's kind of interesting because you also can call in the angels for this particular one. You call in Bridget and the angels, and it's kind of a combo one to bring in two different worlds. You might think it's two different worlds. To me, it all mushes into one world because they work so seamlessly together. So yeah, definitely join the newsletter. It tells you all the things. Also, I will be, for those of you local to this area, on February 6th. It's a Friday from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. I will be at the Healing Hedge Witch in Tarpon. The links are all over social media, the posts that so you'll find it somewhere in there, or you can Google them if you are in the area. So I have openings from 2 to 6. I haven't checked who is booked yet, but I just got the confirmation yesterday. So I bet there's some space in there. So I offer, angel readings, and I have some combo things where we do, a deep Reiki healing plus sound bath plus pull some angel cards, things like that. So it's a good time had by all. Thank you, Trish. Yes, Trish says, book fast, the girl goes fast. Well, seems to be. I don't always get a chance to do in-person things. I do a lot of Zoom sessions and these live streams, and we have some DM offerings where, we go back and forth each month. But I don't get to do a lot of in-person. I do have a studio space. But this provides a fun outlet. I mean, it's a metaphysical store. The Healing Hedge Witch is a great store for anyone that's into, crystals and herbs and plants and fae and all of that yumminess, and some fashion. There's some cool t-shirts in there and some necklaces. So it's a fun place. Plus it's on a main strip. So there's dining places and coffee shops and all that jazz. So it's just kind of a nice little outing. So that's why I chose Friday nights, because it's kind of fun. And afterwards, I'm free to go wander the streets as well. So February 6th, I will be there. And also, I believe it's the 27th. So I'm going to do 2 dates, since last month was kind of like everyone was arm wrestling over the time. Doing 2 dates so we can split it up. So there's that. So there's ways. Contact me, or if you're on the email list, there's plenty of links there. Social media, there's links there, or go to their website. There's so many different ways. Hey, Elsmarath, I knew if I squirreled around long enough, you'd show. You pop in. We're doing these a little later. And for those of you just popping in now, typically this is a weekly Thursday night. And I do it solo on TikTok, but I am experimenting with doing a dual screen here and allowing YouTube as well as TikTok all at the same time. Fancy pants. I know. So I'm also doing it on a Wednesday night tonight. You're like, Jamie, it's not Thursday. Did you know it's not Thursday? I know it's not Thursday. But I'm going to be, for the next 4 weeks, on Thursday nights doing Ghost Hunt. I'm part of a Ghost Hunters Academy. So I'm going to be taking those courses, live courses. So we'll be doing Wednesday nights. So hopefully you guys can pop in more and more. Let's see. So back to my question on Imulk. I don't think anybody answered me. Is anyone doing anything? Any rituals? Any stuff for the turning of the wheel? Do you even know what it is? it was always a really big ritual in the group and or community that I started in, so to speak, in my path. It's been about 16 years now, but we had a little community at the shop, and there were different ways, and there were practices that we did at Imolk that I carry on today, and I pass them on and share them with folks. I know Colby does them. So most of the quote unquote inner circle and or anyone who regularly went to rituals there over the years, they partook in the Imolk traditions as well. It was probably next to Samhain, the longest ritual of the year. It was like a 3-hour thing because we had public open rituals. So there were lots of folks there, and each one got to spend time with and go in and go through the process of meeting their guide or their god, goddess, angel, whomever they were going to work with and learn more about for the year. It was a cool little ritual. But anyways, checking here, chats, nobody's saying. Pop in the comments. YouTube, you guys can comment too. There's a comment box there. I love interactions. I love to see you're here. You could still stay anonymous and comment. We did have a universal poll earlier for this weekend and kind of Imolk time. So over the next 4 or 5 days it applies to. And it talked about working with Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael to clear away fear-based energy and words, and to protect yourself, to call in Raphael for healing as well in the situation. So it sounded like there might be a bump or two going on, but that strongly advising to call on the angels to help you work through it, to not allow it to get too personal, that it is situation based, and to definitely not let others kind of gaslight you or anything like that in a situation. So just be mindful if that pops up, say, hold up, angels talked about this. I don't think what is being conveyed to me is in true authenticity and integrity. So let me take a moment, look at my intuition here, pop into let me talk to my people on this, and then respond perhaps. But definitely do not take it personal and allow the negative words to kind of permeate your energy. That's as best as I can remember, because in altered state, I can't remember everything verbatim, but I do like to kind of summarize it. If I miss something, pop it in the comments for everybody else to see as well. So let's see, who else is in the house? We could stay on a little longer and just need something to talk about. All right, so I'm going to do something a little different then, just to keep the ball rolling. Anyone who is in YouTube, on the YouTube screen or on the TikTok screen, let me make sure this is the right deck before I go ahead and offer this out. It is. Okay. If you pop in the comments that you would like a 1 card, just put the letter or the number 1 in card, a 1 card in your name or some identifier there, I will pull you a card from the Mystic Forest. Now this is, I love this deck. I often finish off private readings with this because it's a personal message from the universe. Many times it's very uplifting. Sometimes it's a little straightforward. And it comes with kind of an affirmation statement, something like that. So what I need you to do on YouTube is to pop in the comments, say 1 card. Hey, hello, and thank you for popping in. If you would like a 1 card, a single card pull of the Mystic Forest deck, I need you to say 1 card in there. This is not a tarot deck. This is a personal message deck from the universe of what they want you to know right now. I don't see anyone saying one card, so nobody wants one. One card. There's one. All right. Thank you, YouTube. All right. So here we have it. Don't give up. That's what they want you to know right now. It's okay that things don't always feel easy and effortless. Some of the best moments in life happen during and after hard times. So hopefully that makes sense to you, but that is your card. 5301. I'm not sure how to pronounce the first part on YouTube. Don't give up. Anyone else for a one card? Just type in one card. Message from the universe. Personal message for you. Awesome. 5301. Go ahead and subscribe, you guys, if you would like to partake in this weekly. We spend an hour to 2 on these live streams on TikTok as well as YouTube. All right, we have a one card. All right, this is your message from the universe. From this oracle deck here. Let's see. We have you right there with the one card on YouTube. It's time to act. Take action on what you're thinking about right now. You don't have to know everything in advance, it says. Take the first step and watch it all unfold. You can deal with whatever your path reveals. You're ready for this. So whatever's going on, they want you to take action. Don't allow stagnation in there. I'm going to try to pronounce your name. Saturate. That was yours. Anyone on TikTok want a one card? Boy, you guys are so quiet. What's happening over here? Shuffling them up. Maybe we'll keep this one card thing going for the next time too. I'm open to ideas. Hi, Trish. Trish joined. Where'd you go, Trish? Why'd you leave? Anybody else? We're opening up the Mystic Forest deck here for a one card pull to get some clarity on a situation. What did you do, Trish? And for you, those of you just stepping in, I'm on TikTok as well as YouTube. All right, it's getting kind of quiet here, so it might be time. What is wrong with your thumbs, Trish? Oh my God, I swiped, she said. I think, oh, you shipped accidentally, and then, oh my God, you swiped. Those thumbs, I don't even know. I don't even know what's going on there. Well, we got the folks pop right back off again on YouTube. Well, I never. That's fine. All the likes. Thank you. I do appreciate the support. All right, I'm going to pull a one card for me. How about them apples? Make room, I get. It says, create space to welcome positive change into your life. Let go of everything that doesn't align with the future you are creating. That's actually very appropriate. And shifts are happening. Changes are happening, especially with Lightworker Path and angelstalk.com, my two websites. As you can see, here's a new change tonight. We're streaming to YouTube as well, on a whole different night. So yeah, super fitting. Thank you, universe. All right. We'll shuffle up one more time. If there's any more one cards you let me know. If not, I will let you guys go for this evening. Check on YouTube. Everybody's kind of tapping out there. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you get notified. And when you hit the bell on YouTube, you want to hold it down and do all. It by default, it just does some notifications. So if you hit all, you'll really know when I'm going live. And I could randomly go live. I'm feeling frisky. So it's best if you hop over to YouTube, the Lightworker Path page, hit the bell and select all on that. And you'll get all notifications when I pop in to do a live. I might pop in the afternoon on an off day, have some extra time and just want to see who's out there and who needs a reading, or do some single card pulls or some universal pulls, or just talk about some magic. So that's the best way that I know of to get notified, is to do that. Most other systems now aren't really working very well with the phones to let you know when something's going on. So there's that. All right. I don't see any more one cards. So what I'm going to do is tell you all, thank you very much for joining me tonight. Stay tuned. I'll be uploading some more reels. There's a lot more going out on YouTube. I have a mission, and I'm making room, as the cards say, to make change happen and allow the dreams to unfold. So also angelstalk.com. If you pop into the YouTube channel for Angels Talk, that's also my channel now too. I was facilitating it before, but as of December, the business was handed directly over to me. My partner in the business retired. So both of those channels are mine. Angels Talk will mostly have to do with angels, probably exclusively, as that was the wishes, while Lightworker Path kind of works with all magic, Western magic, Eastern practices, healing, all of the things. So subscribe to them both, because you don't know, I could be anywhere. I don't know. I'll pop up somewhere. All right, guys, good night. And till next time.